Hello, hello, fellow Mailvio. Steven here, CEO of Mailvio. So happy to be here. In this specific video, I wanted to give you an update of an amazing new tool we just launched. But before I dive into that, I just want to give you a quick reminder about your dashboard, your Mailvio dashboard over here, your deliverability stats. We've always had the volume profile, but since, I don't know, a few months, if I remember correctly, we also have the ISP overview. And the data that you get here in the ISP overview is just super powerful for your email deliverability, and just super important. Email deliverability problems are never, ISP wide, for all your recipes for Gmail, for Hotmail, for Yahoo, etc. And if you want to diagnose the problem and fight deliverability problem, you need to look at it per ISP. Super important. So over here, you can see this data, and it's just super powerful to see exactly where you're doing well and where you're not doing as well. Like, for example, on this account, this is our sister's company account. You can see we're doing fantastic with Google deliverability, 50% open rates, 2% CTRs, and these are pure promotional emails, basically every day, multiple times a day. Outlook is doing good as well, fantastic CTRs actually. Yahoo, as you can see, the open rate is quite a bit lower, but the CTRs are absolutely fantastic. So that probably means that Yahoo does have some filtering going on, but I mean the emails that do come through have fantastic CTRs. Then you can see here Proton email, the open rate, that's obviously fake. So that's they probably have some kind of a program like MPP, like from Apple, where they open all the emails by bots, because you can see the relation here, very low CTR, well, very lower CTRs. But extremely high open rates. So that means that these are bot opens that we cannot detect yet. We're always working on better bot detection, and if we do, we actually remove them from the stats automatically. And then you can see here the other, all the other ISPs, the smaller ISPs, etc. They still have good open rates and fantastic CTRs. So we're pretty good there as well. Yeah, so I just wanted to give you a quick reminder on that. Now let's dive into why I'm shooting this video. We have just launched the WarmUp tool. So before we had a WarmUp service, like a done for you kind of service, where we worked together with our partner Warmy in this case, to do B2C, so business to customer emails for WarmUp, so WarmUp emails. We have now created a do-it-yourself tool, so you don't need our help anymore. We're still here to help. If you have any questions or need any advice on this, please do reach out. If there's anything unclear or you have any form of doubt, don't guess, just reach out to us. That's why we're here. We're not like your typical Aweber, GetResponse, ActiveCampaign, or whatever that just treat most customers as a number and have some basic support that they know their own software for sure, but they are not email deliverability experts. We are, and that's what we do. So over here, it's very easily, basically you select one of the domains that are in your account. So let me just hit kaivio.com, for example. Then you hit the create a plan button. And then over here, you have your different scenarios. So if your domain has no reputation, the only thing you can do is basically domain warm-up, because that's the first thing you need to do in that case. If you have bad reputation, the only thing you should be worrying about is domain repair, and the rest of the options are just not relevant for you. Low reputation, you should also be doing repair. Medium, you can either do domain repair or domain maintenance. And if you have a high reputation, you should be doing domain maintenance. So based on these kind of situations that you're in, the whole plan changes, right? So let's just take a no reputation example here. So you're going to want to do domain warm-up. Over here, you set your average email volume. If below here you don't agree with the numbers, the most important number to change is basically this number. So you can change that to a very wide set. Going too high with the number of emails doesn't make sense. At some point, like doing WarmUp for like 1 million emails per month or something doesn't make too much sense, and it needs to rely on your own reputation. But getting there does need WarmUp. So then, in that case, warming up to, say, I don't know, like if we look at it on a monthly basis, divided by 30 million is like, all right, I have it open here. So let's see, divided by 30. I can do that by heart. It's like 30,000 a day. So, setting that to 30,000 a day is probably a little bit overkill. In that sense, I would recommend you to put that on 20 or something like that. But let's take it a little bit more down to a number that's more common. So let's say 10,000 emails per day. All right. Then over here, you have to pick your subscriber's email provider profile. Mouthful. But this is basically just how much percent of your emails goes to Gmail, how many will go to Hotmail, how many will to go to Yahoo, etc. So you can do the Mailvio system defaults if you have absolutely no idea, or you haven't been sending any emails via your account yet, or you haven't fully imported all your contacts yet. So the defaults are like 70%, 75% goes to Gmail, and like 8-ish% goes to Hotmail, and about 10% goes to Yahoo. These sometimes kind of have slight variations, so maybe 15% goes to Yahoo, or maybe 15% goes to Hotmail, and then the rest kind of goes to custom SMTPs. If you have more of a B2B list, you should definitely play with these over here. So Google Workspace, because that's B2B, and Microsoft 365 is also B2B. So you can change this as you'd like, or you take our system defaults, that is averages over the whole platform basically, or you can say, okay, I want it based on my account profile. So we actually look at your previous sending, and then we look at the data of all your contacts, and we set that profile automatically based on that. Then we have the warm-up mode, normal mode, and power mode. So power mode, so it says here, power mode is only available for medium repair, medium maintenance, and high maintenance. So yeah, you don't want to set power mode just yet for if you're just starting out, basically. But if you turn it on, it gives you an extra 5% increase of warm-up volume. So you just want to be a little bit more aggressive, and you can do that with your maintenance. Then you can turn it on and off. Then your warm-up templates, very important to set. So first of all, you need to pick a relevant topic to what the emails you're sending. If it's not exactly there, so just pick something that is close to it. And then also start loading up your own templates. So your own templates are emails that you send on like an evergreen basis, and like just putting in some templates that you send once and then never again is not a very good idea. The best emails to load up here are email 1 and maybe even email 2. Of your welcome sequence, or maybe your first email of your welcome sequence, and your first email of your abandoned cart sequence, something like that. So emails that are stable and are the same each time you send them. If you update them, you should also update them here, by the way, if that happens in the process of your email marketing. So yeah, you can just load them up here, and these are all the emails from your account, and then just select them and it will load them up directly for you. Now, then we have the actual plan and how much it would cost you. So what we have here, we always start with around 50 emails, and we slowly build that up depending on the situation you're in and what you have selected, and it will show you the cost over here. So this is the cost for the whole week. So it's basically it's priced per week, and you also pay per week. So when you start a plan, you will start a contract that is pay per usage, and then at the end of the week you will pay the amount more or less. So this is an estimation. This is not an exact amount. So you pay with the exact emails that are sent. If for any reason we didn't manage to send the exact emails as laid out in the plan, which can happen. Like there's a bit of variation on purpose on that. So you only pay for the actual email sent, and the price is 0.007 per sent email for the warm up. We track it for you as well, so you can see how it's going, and just to make sure as well visually that it keeps with the plan, more or less. Like I said, there's a little bit of variation on that, and that is on purpose. So yeah, you start growing up. You have a bunch of weeks, and here in week 5, this depends on the settings obviously, but in this particular example plan, you're here at week 5, where we start mixing in real emails. So you're doing here like 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, and tops off at 10,000 warm up emails per day. And the idea is that we're gonna decrease the warm-up emails slowly and further increase the real emails. So you start mixing them in basically. So you can see here the goal of the real emails. This is something you need to manage in your own account. You can use the limit function for that in Mailvio. Very, very important. And yes, we understand, like maybe you send 2,000 here instead of 1,816, and that's totally okay. These are guideline numbers. You shouldn't deviate from it too much, but it's completely understandable if it's not exactly that number. That's totally okay. So yeah, you can see here we start building down the number, and that also means, of course, the costs go down, and then the real emails will just stay at the max, basically set per over here, this setting, so around this number. And it also says here plus minus 10%. The basic rule about volume, any volume, it doesn't have to do with warm-up emails or not warm-up emails, is that you don't want to have spikes bigger than 20 to 30% per day. And that's if you have good reputation with your sender domain. If you have bad reputation, you want to stick under like 5 to 10%, or even just stay stable in that sense, as much as possible, of course. So this is the whole plan. We build it down all the way. So like a lot of warm-up services, like they build up to a certain amount, a certain volume per day, and then they say, yeah, it's done, it's warm up, and bam, they cut off your warm up because the plan is done, right? And they like say, okay, you can stop paying here, and that means you basically suddenly lose 10,000 emails per day of volume. And even if you're already sending 10,000 a day, it's a drop of 50%, which is huge, which is not good for your deliverability. So all that work you just did by building up your sender reputation, you could literally kill that by just dropping that one day to another. So that's why we ease out and slowly build down again. And that happens in the build off phase here of the warm up. And then it goes all the way down. And then over here at week 9, you see again you pay a little bit of like $4 more or less, and then the warm up stops. After the warm up stops, you can choose to just rely on your the reputation of your own emails that you're sending, your real emails basically. And if you don't fully trust that, if you just want to have a little bit of an extra, at that point you're going to have a high reputation, and you can do a domain maintenance plan. Domain maintenance plans are a lot less emails, obviously. As you can see here, it's like up to 500 and tops out there based on 10,000 emails per day, and it will just run forever. So these plans don't have an end. They just keep going and going and going. But the rest of the plans, the domain warm up, domain repair, etc., they have a starting date and an ending date. Then we have one more thing that's not yet launched. It's something I am super, super excited about, which hopefully will be launched soon, is Campaign Boost. I will shoot another video how that exactly works. We've already tested it manually. It's a lot of work to do that manually, but it works extremely, extremely well. It's like, if you know the three-wave sending, something that I came up with Mailvio, which is extremely effective for email sending these days. campaign boost is kind of like the zeroth wave, so like it makes it four waves basically. And yeah, it works really nicely. Right, so this is the tool. This is how we use it. It's pretty simple. If you have any doubts whatsoever, always reach out to us. If you don't fully agree with the numbers, like so example, okay, I want a maintenance plan. Yeah, 500 is too little. I want to have a little bit more security. First of all, what you can do is do the power up mode. As you can see here, it jumps from 500 to 1000 and tops out there. But if you don't really agree with that number, you can of course just change this number, and then easily you see the number here change as well. That's it. Hopefully that you like it. We've been having and seeing a lot of success with the warm up with our partner Warmy. Again, so please don't use email warm up from instantly, smart leads, plus vibe, all those cold email platforms, because email warm up for cold email is not the same as for B2C emails. Warmy and Inbox Ally are basically the only two platforms out there that do a good job with B2C emails. That's why we picked them as a partner. You don't have to use us. You can just use your own Warmy account. That's totally okay. We don't really make any money on this. We built this tool because we feel it's a win-win for us and for you. Your the warm up and domain maintenance is extremely important. And plus, while people are using it, Warmy, for your own domain, you're obviously also helping our IPs and the IPs of the whole system. So it's in that sense, it's a win-win situation. So that's why we're not really putting any profit margin on top of it, and it's just really a service for all of our Mailvians to get better results. And again, if you need any help, any advice, any consultation on this, just let us know. We're here and waiting for you to reach out, and we're ready to help. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a great day.